WCBI News at 10 starts now.
And thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Cash Matlock. We start off with a developing story out of Clinton. A late-night house fire claims the life of a mother and her 6 children. WJTV's Anna Farish has more.
Sorry about that.
With tear-filled eyes, a heavy heart weighs on homeowner Jimmy Catlett as he remembers a young family of 7 who lost their lives in a fire early this morning.
We just upset about it.
Around 12:30 a.m., his home in Clinton went up in flames.
A neighbor came up, called us. He was up late at night and heard all the commotion going on up the street. He just lives probably about 5 houses down. He called us about 1 o'clock this morning or so and told us about it.
Catlett and his wife own and rented their house at the intersection of Old Vicksburg and Hobby Farms Road.
They were just really good people. She was a school teacher. He had a lawn service business. They were pretty big in the church. They went to church all the time, and they were into bike riding. They'd ride a bike from here to Hattiesburg.
Mark Jones with the city of Clinton told us a mother and her 6 children got stuck inside the house, but the father was able to make it out alive. He was taken to the hospital where he was treated for smoke inhalation. Neighbors say the house is a hard sight to see.
Yeah, that's bad though. Woke up this morning to go feed my horses, and my girlfriend told me the house had caught a fire. And I got on up to go feed the horses, and I come out and I seen all the fire trucks.
Catlett says emotions right now are very raw, but his heart goes out to the father, who's now alone.
I'd say they were just good people. I know they'll be missed,
In Clinton, Anna Farish, 12 News.
It is a cool and overall quiet night in Starkville. We are down to 37 with a clear sky. Very chilly, but seasonal for this time of year. Seeing those 30s across much of the area. Still 42 in Winona, 40 in Louisville. Tupelo also at 40, down to 34 though in Bruce. Tonight, look for mid, maybe upper 30s in some spots. Close to I-55, may stay close to 40. Looking ahead, though, rain coming Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We'll break it down and talk about the flooding threat coming up here in just a bit.
An influx of some big-ticket items that deputies in Monroe County have seized were up for auction today. Dozens were hoping to be the high bidders. Our Tyler Hull gives us a peek at what was up for grabs.
Got 15, 17 and a half. Anybody anywhere but about 17 and a half?
If you needed a car or were looking for any tools or recreational vehicles, Aberdeen was the place to be on Saturday morning. Cars, pickup trucks, four-wheelers, even campers were up for auction. Auctioneer Nick Clark says that with auctions like this, it is high risk, high reward.
You come to an auction like this, you take a chance, Some stuff runs, some don't. Some has a title, some don't. Some of it you'll drive off and you'll have a fantastic bargain. Other stuff you got to be careful of.
All of these items were gotten in many different ways.
It's a variety of items, from vehicles to various equipment. Some of it is seized, like from a drug seizure. Some of it's abandoned, some of it's stolen. Some of it is county owned and city owned. And depending on what it is, the condition, we bring it out here and sell it. We sell it to the highest bidder.
Sheriff Kevin Crook says that the money made from the auction goes back to the county.
The money that's made here today through the auction will just go back to the Monroe County General Fund. Some of the items out here are seized, so some of that may end up coming back to our narcotic unit, but most of it will be going to the general fund.
Another benefit from the auction is bringing the community together.
Good to see a lot of local people coming out, and every dollar they spend comes back to the county, so we appreciate them coming out.
Tyler Hall, WCBI News.
The city of Verona welcomed a new chief of police today. City Hall was the site of today's Meet the New Chief event. Marcinio Nunn was named chief on January 14th and had an official swearing-in ceremony with the mayor this morning. Nunn, who joined the Verona Police Department last March as a patrolman, previously served on the Boonville Police Department. He says it's important to have a strong police presence in the city.
We have a young police department that's eager to get out there and work. We're going to lower the number on shootings, and we're going to lower the number on domestic violences, as well as on the aggravated assaults. And we just got to get out there and buckle down, let people know that we are here. Police presence is very known around here.
Nunn says he intends to sit down with the Board of Aldermen to discuss funding for additional officers. There are currently 12 officers on the force. He says he is not afraid to get out there and do the job and never would require his officers to do something he wouldn't do himself. On November 12, 2019, 32-year-old Corey Bond went missing in Oktibbeha County. After weeks of searching, Bond's family received tragic news. Today, Bond's father, Richard Bond, and his sister, Katie Hearn, honored his memory with a donation to the Starkville Police Department. Unmanned aerial vehicles, or drones, played a big role in finding Bond's remains. Together, Bond's family and SPD have chosen to expand the department's search and rescue capabilities by starting a UAV program. The department took to their Facebook page to ask the community to continue to show support for the Bond family as they mourn the loss of Corey Bond. A blast from the past and a good time for many in the Golden Triangle. Bernadette Stanis, or you may know her as Thelma from the iconic 1970 sitcom Good Times, visited North Mississippi. Our DeAndrea Turner was there and has more on the story.
Miss Stanis is an icon and a role model and a vision of beauty, and the writing, she even taken her talents beyond the screen to help the community observe and understand such monumental issues.
Bernadette Stanis signed autographs and copies of her books and reminisced about the legendary show Good Times.
And so I think it's a comfort show. It still means something.
She says the show still resonates today.
The same sort of issues that we were going through 40 years ago, we're kind of still going through them today.
Marion Taylor grew up watching Good Times and says Stanis' appearance gave others a chance to witness a little bit of history.
It was so important because small venues and small communities and our children of today, the youth of today, the millennials, need to be able to touch with the past and understand the cultural significance of that program that Ms. Stanis participated in, as well as to learn their place and their ability to do just the same types of things to improve the world and the lives of the people in her community.
Her book signing was a part of Northside Christian Church's annual African American History Banquet, where she is the keynote speaker tonight. A New Orleans staple makes its way 300 miles north. City of Aberdeen jumping in on the annual Mardi Gras celebrations by hosting the city's first ever Mardi Gras parade. Fat Tuesday is celebrated annually by many around the globe, dating back thousands of years. And while most people around Northeast Mississippi don't partake in the festival, people of Aberdeen are embracing it. Well, after the break, a new battlefield exhibit for the Baldwin community. We've got all the details when we come back.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 p.m. with Cash Matlock.
Welcome back in, everyone. History buffs who want to find out about their ancestors who fought in Mississippi during the Civil War now have a resource to help them. WCBI's Chad Groening has more.
Mississippi's Final Stanza Interpretive Center opened in 1998 and highlights the Atlanta campaign in June and July of 1864, and specifically the battles of Bryce's Crossroads and Tupelo-Harrisburg. Edwina Carpenter is director of the center.
The National Park Service has marked, of course, the Battle of Tupelo site and the Battle of Bryce's site, and then we've been very fortunate through our Battlefield Commission's efforts and the Civil War Trust to be able to expand our battlefield into 1,500 acres at Bryce's Crossroads and a 12-acre site in Tupelo at the Tupelo-Harrisburg battlefield site.
And this weekend, the Final Stanza Interpretive Center unveiled its newest exhibit, They Served Here.
It is about the soldiers that fought here. It's individual accounts, a database that includes their name, ranks, where they were from, what regiment they were in, and their outcome at the battles of Bryce's Crossroads and Tupelo-Harrisburg.
And two authors and historians were on hand representing both sides of the conflict. Brian Steele Wills has written several books on the war, and specifically on General Nathan Bedford Forrest, the controversial commander of the Confederate forces.
He had an innate capability of understanding terrain and weather and psychology. He really understood how to confront opponents and use his intimidating personality, because he did have an intimidating personality, especially he continued to develop that in the war, and lot of the pre-war, wartime, and post-war things get kind of narrowed down to very specific things. The fact that he was involved in the slave trade before, the fact of Fort Pillow and what happened there, and then the Klan after. Of course, he didn't start the Klan, he became a member of the Klan. I said he didn't found the Klan, it found him. And it was part of that post-war politics. It's a lot more complicated than we have time to talk about. That's really Forrest. He's a very complex and complicated individual.
While Wills lives in Georgia, author and historian Stan Buckles hails from Springfield, Illinois.
I think even in the Civil War, a lot of the Illinois soldiers appreciated his talent. In fact, locally in central Illinois, he was known as a land pirate because he was constantly attacking Illinois troops that were protecting the railroads around Jackson, Tennessee, and the Memphis area. So he was very much known as a threat to the Illinois troops. Yeah, they were definitely afraid of being captured by his army.
That is why General Sherman made defeating Forrest such a priority. Chad Groening, WCBI News, Baldwin.
Mississippi's Final Stands and Interpretive Center is open Tuesday through Saturday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Hope you enjoyed the weather today. Even nicer heading into Sunday, but the rain is on the way back, and unfortunately it paints a very dire picture as far as heavy rain and flooding. We'll talk about it right after this.
For WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with meteorologist Jacob Dickey.
What a beautiful day we had across the region. We had some sunshine and it felt pretty comfortable out there. It is a bit chilly heading into tonight, down into the 30s for many of us. Some of us still sitting though in the low 40s. It is 40 right now in Tupelo, 38 at the Air Base, 37 in Starkville, Oxford, down to 36 under a clear sky. Heading into tonight, temperatures will fall generally into the mid, perhaps upper 30s. A few of us will stay in the low 40s tonight. The further west you are, the better odds you are of staying a little warmer. So the further east you are, the better odds you have of getting a little bit cooler out there. I do think that we all stay above freezing tonight, though. Heading into tomorrow, then, a mostly sunny sky is what we expect. There will be some clouds, but breezy south and east winds 5 to 15 miles an hour is expected. As our temperatures climb into the mid to upper 60s, some of us will get to 70. Louisville, I've got us at 70. 70 also in Winona, 67 in West Point, Columbus at 68, 65 in Vernon, Alabama. Really a beautiful day. The second Sunday in a row, the weather has been absolutely fantastic. Here's what we expect on Futurecast. Yes, there will be some cloud cover in place as we go through the day on Sunday, but still lots of sunshine to work with. We will stay dry during the day Sunday. Rain will pick up as we head into Sunday night, especially Monday morning into the region. That's when the best chance for rain and storms begins and lasts for quite a while here Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday across the region. Now, during that time period, we'll advertise a level 1 threat for the region. Can't rule out maybe a strong gust of wind or something else here. We'll watch this moving forth, but the big focus is on flooding. I have that as a high level right now here, given the rain that's expected. In fact, our extreme rainfall risk, chance of flash flooding is high across a good chunk of our area here, where the heaviest rain will fall Monday and Tuesday. This will likely be extended into Wednesday and perhaps Thursday across the region. The reason for that, we've got a boundary that stalls out in the region here. That allows for these batches of showers and storms to continue on through the region and really stall out here. And that will continue through Wednesday into Wednesday night. Then we'll start to see an end here. A cold front will slide in from the west. To the south of the boundary and to the east of the cold front will be the best chance for severe weather south and east of that low pressure. Still some questions if it goes north or if it goes south here, and we finally dry things out then heading into Thursday night. When all is said and done, we will be left with 3 to 7 inches of rain across a good chunk of our area. Flooding is a serious concern. We'll be sure and keep you updated with the first alert.
It's dogs versus doors over at the Humphrey Coliseum. State with only a few home games left. Courtney has highlights when we come back.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb.
Mississippi State men's basketball back at home, playing host to Vanderbilt. Don't let the Commodores' 1-8 SEC record fool you. After upsetting 18th-ranked LSU, Vanderbilt coming to the Humphrey Coliseum with the team's first taste of winning fresh in the Doors' mouths and not going down without a fight. To Stark Vegas we go. One of 4 remaining games at home. The Dogs trying to build a solid tournament resume. First half, 18 on the clock. Forward Reggie Perry finding forward Abdullah Dew open for the finish. Dogs up 4 to start. Perry at the top of the key a few possessions later knocks it down. Cash Money stayed ahead 7-5. 13 and change remaining in the half. Guard Nick Weatherspoon drives to the rim, banks it in. MSU up 14-7. Commodores ball. Fast break for guard Scotty Phillips Jr. makes the left-handed layup. What could I say? Talent must run in that family. State still leading 14-9. 9 remaining in the first. Guard DJ Stewart misses the 3. Adu there with the rebound in the slam. MSU up 21-13. Next possession, Vandy. Guard Jordan Wright with the crossover. Finish at the cup. Vandy trailing 21-15. And now 5 seconds left in the first half. Vandy ahead. Guard Tyson Carter with the drive makes the layup. State trailing at halftime. Second half, 15 to go. Weatherspoon swings it to Perry on the wing. Nylon. State ahead 50-42. Under 11 remaining. Guard Robert Woodard misses the bucket. Perry with the grown man rebound. Slam it in home. MSU up 59-46. Next state possession. Perry gets the loose ball. Dots Carter in the corner for 3. State going up 62-46. In 7 minutes remaining in the game, Perry doubled down again. Down low, dimes a cutting Weatherspoon. MSU leading 11. And the Bulldogs coming out on top, 80-70 over Vanderbilt. Perry with a double-double. MSU improves to 6-4 in conference play. An absolute barn burner earlier today between 18th ranked LSU and 11th ranked Auburn inside Auburn Arena. The Tigers pulling off a comeback to pull out the 91-90 win. Big reason for that, guard Javon McCormick, check out these numbers, 23 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. He was going for the triple-double there. LSU guard Skylar Mays with a great performance too, 30 points, 7 rebounds, 8 assists. I have a feeling that we will be seeing both of these teams fight it out again later, but that time for the SEC title. We continue on with college basketball, and hey, March coming a little bit early this afternoon. The Rebels taking down the Gators in Oxford. Your recap when we come back. Quite the game in Oxford this afternoon. Ole Miss men's basketball knocking off Florida 68-51, which means the Rebels undefeated in the month of February. Granted, we're only in week 1 of February, and Ole Miss has only played 2 games. That's still 2 back-to-back wins from SEC opponents. Ole Miss hasn't seen a win streak since December in non-conference play. Let's see how it all played out down in Oxford. Ole Miss head coach Kermit Davis being honored for his 500th career win. Pre-game, let's get to the action early in the first half. Forward Terry Blackshear with the post spin, finishing through the foul. Gators lead 5-1. 15 remaining in the first. Guard Brian Tyree, authority to the rack. Rebels with the lead 11-7. Under 13 in the first. Tyree looking like James Harden. Pops up for the step back 3, knocks it down. Ole Miss leads 17-8 and 11 and change to go in the first. Tyree, the Gators' nightmare, hits the break, pops up the J. Nylon. Ole Miss ahead 21-8. And midway through the first half, Blackshear finds forward Amar Payne for the alley-oop. Rebs up 29-19. 3 to go before halftime. Tyree sizing up Blackshear. The flex with the step back J. Loves that move. Rebs up 31-19 midway through the second half. Tyree owning the show. Downtown Trey. You know the deal by now. He's going to knock them down. Tyree with 23 points on the day. Rebs take a 53-40 lead. Under 8 to go. Blake Hinson feeding it to forward KJ Buffin. The finish at the cup. Rebs ahead 58-45. And 4 minutes remaining. Guard Devontae Schuler lobs it to Hinson. Finishes with the 2-hand slam. Rebs up 64-51. A minute and a half to go. Buffin putting the finishing touches on off the fast break. The Euro step. Buffin finishing with 14 points, 9 boards. And the Rebels keeping those good times rolling. Again, Ole Miss topping Florida 68-51. Here's head coach Kermit Davis after the win.
We're guarding and got stops after stops, and Brian put us on his back. I just think now we're just getting multiple scoring. You know, we almost, we had 3 guys in double figures, almost 4. Dream had 6, so just 4 or 5 guys in the scoring column, and just the balance just helps you get off of those kind of 3 and 4 minute, kind of pieces of games that you can't score.
I feel like we got a good chance to keep going and getting wins on the road, pulling the games out.
That's it for sports. We'll have more for you after the break.
Courtney, I shared this forecast with the 3 to 7 inches of rain on social media, and somebody said, perfect timing, it's almost baseball season.
Oh, no, don't do that to me. I hate everything about that.
I know, right? It seems like last year the same thing happened. Baseball season started, and it was a soggy one.
Don't do that to me.
I'm telling
Looks like
you.
it's the same this year. I wish I could change it.
I think it's been raining for an entire year.
Just rude. Just
right?
really rude.
What do I need to change it to? Sunny and 75 every day?
Yeah, I'd be more than 100%. Actually, more than, 150%. 200 even, fine with that. If you want to go for it.
I'll work on it. We'll make it happen.
All right, sounds good to me.
All right, well, thank you guys for joining us tonight. We'll see you back here tomorrow.